Hello YouTube, Vlogonerix Rants here, and today my video is the first in a series of response videos to reasonable questions for Anti SJWs. As I'm an Anti SJW, I've decided to respond. Not really much to say, let's just get right into it.
Are you able to understand the irony of responding to the perceived political correctness of the left with exasperated reactionary hypersensitivity of your own?
Number one, it's not perceived political correctness, it's actual political correctness. I know I'm splitting hairs a bit with that. Number two, for some anti-SJWs, it's how they entertain their audience. And number three, it's taking some of the beliefs of that group to a logical conclusion, though logical here is a bit more subjective.
What is it with you people and skulls? No, seriously, what is it with you people and skulls?
Dunno, I don't feature skulls in my videos in any way, so I can't answer this one.
How do you define right-wing? Anti-SJWs often have an aversion to being labelled as right-wing, yet they regularly defend the right and bash the left. Therefore, why is being labelled right-wing a bad thing to you? And if it's because right-wing is used as a pejorative, can you not see how labelling people as SJWs or regressives is also pejorative?
There are several parts to this question. Part 1. How would I define right-wing? Somebody who believes in conservative values relating to social and economic policy and government would be a pretty good definition, I think. Part 2. As for defending the right and bashing the left, part of it is viewership, because all the views come from the anti-SJW videos right now. But several YouTubers also bash the right as well, e.g. The Amazing Atheist and Secular Talk, in the former's case on the Drunken Peasants podcast. Part 4. Oftentimes regressive and SJW are thrown around by the radical anti-SJWs, AIU and Live Life 8072, I'm looking at you, because they're so far around the horseshoe that they act similarly to the SJW and regressives. Sometimes those terms are accurate, sometimes they're pejorative.
Rather than telling people you disagree with to drink bleach, wouldn't it be more productive for you to have an actual conversation about the issues you feel matter? Or is it just easier to do the bleach thing?
The reason why drink bleach is thrown around a lot is because the SJW crowd don't tend to want to discuss the issues. That's the problem.
You claim to be proponents of rational, logical, evidence-based argumentation. That's great. That's entirely laudable. But when I look at your online activity, when I look at, I don't know, for example, your Twitter feed, that's often not what I see. How do you reconcile this claim to be evidence-based and rational and logical against stuff like, oh, I was just trolling you, oh, I was just shitposting, or TLDR?
There really isn't much you can fit into 140 characters, and most of these people don't know about Twit longer. It can also be hard to tell when someone is being serious and when they're just trolling, especially when they have a penchant for trolling.
Are you aware that the ridiculous buzzwords you helped to popularize, like SJW and cuck and regressive, have all lost whatever meaning they once had and only serve now as catch-all insults and pejoratives to derail any meaningful conversation?
I'm aware that those words have lost meaning. I thank people like Atheism-is-Unstoppable and Live Life 8072 for throwing those words at everybody they disagree with, for taking the meaning out of those words.
For the last time, what is it with you people and committing actual literal felonies? Like, you might want to work on that? I mean, I thought the Ralph retort was so rational when he was fantasizing about beating up women with dyed hair, but then he assaulted a police officer, and finally I was convinced.
You gave only one example, and you generalised an entire group. That would be like me using one SJW who committed a sexual assault on another person, and to say that all male SJWs are sex offenders? That's the sort of thing your question is implicating. Part 1, General Questions, is now complete. See Part 2 tomorrow for reasonable questions for anti-SJWs answered, Part 2, Feminism. Please rate, comment, share and subscribe, and have a great day everyone.